Hello everyone, my name is Scala, and today I'm going to be doing a new series called the Early Morning Sortie, the quest for the Legendary Core. So what that is exactly is that every day on Warframe, new high-level missions, sorties come out, and after completing these sets of missions in a row, you get a reward. Now, as you can see, I got a couple awards already so far from doing it before, but the one I'm really looking for is this Legendary Core. The Legendary Core can max out any mod to its max rank and is highly sought after. And obviously, I'm looking for it too. So I'm going to record myself doing this every day, much as I can. Probably every morning because that's the best time for me. So without further ado, let's get started. Right now I'm just going to show you the build I'm going to do in anticipation for this interception. Now the modifier here is automated enemy shield, which is really good. The really good counter to this is magnetic. So I'm going to go to my build right now and show. Right now I'm carrying Excalibur with a decent duration build, more focused on duration and affinity, keeping all my abilities up for the longest amount of time. I have Vitality for health, and I see armor for armor, a regular flow. I have a prime one, but it just doesn't fit on this build whatsoever, no matter how much I try. Probably gonna need to stick another one or two former into it, but probably for a later date. Stretch for a little bit of range, so I don't want it to fall off. It doesn't fall off that bad when I use his second ability, Radio Blind. Continuity for a little bit more duration. Narrow-minded for the continued durations. This is to counter that. And fleeting expertise, not at max range, so it doesn't hurt my duration so much, but it still gives it roughly at the maximum at 170, about 5 off from 175. Which is the max. Streamline to continue on that thought, and physique just to keep my health just a little bit more boost. A good formula is to put in a steel charge, but that would actually help put it on that prime flow I have right here. It's not max, but it gets the job done. Either way, it's good. I'm happy where it is right now. So let's get to it. Next weapon on the list is my Sinuous Simulator to keep my energy up for obvious reasons. These split chamber restoration, obviously kind of mandatory. Heavy caliber because your aim just doesn't affect it whatsoever. Thermite rounds and high voltage for your radiation, and rhyme rounds and magnetic force for the viral damage. This goes right through to doing direct health damage. This causes enemies that are hitting each other and still good around fleshing units. Magnetic here which is very innate on the weapon itself, does really good against shields, but generally this whole weapon is just killer on everything, on every faction whatsoever. I don't even have to change it for the Vernier or whatever you have it. Next is the Furus, just to keep myself alive. Unfortunately, I really wish it could do with the other variants, but this is gonna have to do. Hornet Strike, Bear the Fusion Lethal Torrent for your mandatory damage mods. Prime Pistol Ammo Mutation because you need ammo. Jolt, Ice Storm for magnetic. Winds of Purity to keep for the lifesteal, which is really good on defense targets, and I found a lot of people, mainly playing Frost, that underappreciate this weapon. And Pistol Pestilence for your toxin damage. Now, you've already noticed something that this has no reason for having status mods, but I'm using it anyway. And you probably wonder yourself, why though? Simply put, it's cheaper, and I do not have the time nor the forma to actually go into maxing these out. So for now, it's going to have to suffice. The last weapon, which is going to be the main source of my damage, and trust me, it's damage, is Shatter is my Redeemer, which is with the Naramon built with the Naramon focus on it. It has an Organ Shatter, Berserker, Blood Rush because that's important. This is now I have a Prime version, but unfortunately it's not maxed, and if it's not maxed, at its current level it does the same amount of damage, but is more expensive, which is kind of counterproductive. Now with Body Count to keep the Blood Rush going, Voltaic Strike, Vicious Frost, and Violent Scourge for the Magnetic Toxin, as I said before. And it's still using the same build philosophy as before. High Noon, because that's the only one currently available, but I'm not going to be using the stance very much. I kind of hate it for like one particular reason, is that it always has a shot and it always tends to kill before I can charge up Berserker. Now, its heavy attack being just a plain old shot is very powerful, and is also dependent on your current attack speed. So if you have Berserker up, it shoots a lot faster, which is actually very important, because more increasing your DPS significantly. Now, this in and of itself is alright. With my Adarza cat, it makes it that much deadlier. Cat's Eye will bring it up into the red crit territory. And not only red crit, consistent red crit. Now you can get similar results with the Smita cat. However, it's not going to be something you always get all the time. But when you do, it's going to be great. But for now, this gets me consistent red crits all the time based on how the crit chance is added on. Now, the general survivability mods, Link Health and Link Armor, Maul for melee damage, obviously, and Sharpen Cats, which is good against Grenier or armored units, which you won't find normally on, so I'm going to replace Sharpen Claws for another mod if I can. No, I can't. And a very tight build at the moment. I could probably remove this. It might. And something, no. Unfortunately, this is a very tight build. I can probably put a foreman in it, but at another time. Sharpen Claws removes all armor against any unit, 100% of it, which really increases how much hurt you can put on them. Pack Leader to keep my cat alive, which is by doing melee attacks, which I'll probably be doing most of the time. Reflect to keep itself alive without getting damage in the first place, and Scavenge because, oh well, needs. Actually, yeah, let's see. I take those two off. No, it still doesn't fit. No, well. It's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna kill it. It's not gonna kill the cat. But oh well. In terms of gear, I'm just gonna bring these four. These two for obvious reasons. Keep my energy up and keep my shield. Keep me a little bit over shield and before the match. Codex scanner and a synthesis scanner. I mainly use these, and I really need to get more. I'm running out fairly much. I have a whole bunch of these, but not enough. So without further ado, I'm going to get started. Now, if I fail this first time around, I'm probably going to switch to a more reliable build, or more reliable frame. I don't use this much, but I thought it'd be interesting for the first time go around.
We'll fix that for you.
Alright, no one's around, and I'm hoping I don't have to wait. And actually, I'm just going to keep going over. You can't really do these high-level sortie missions alone. It's highly unadvised, because you're going to have high-level enemies and a lot of people trying to kill you. Ah, there goes someone else. Let's see what he has. Ash Prime, Tom Chorus Bear, yeah, he seems he's going to be the one that's just going to be putting the hurt on everyone. Another Excalibur. I'm going to have to show him how. how it's done based on his weaponry. And the last one is a chroma, which is going to lock down his point no matter what. Oh boy. Here comes the long load time. Do I have my... Nope. Oh, nice looking ships, except for the standard one here. I can definitely tell that he's... why he has his ship like that. He probably doesn't even know how to do it. Poor Saab.
These radio
This map.
towers carry top-secret interplanetary communications. You are going to
Hello,
capture the
hello.
towers and decode incoming messages.
That's what I was gonna do. My shields. Just to help. Wards up. Alright. Just gonna wait here for a little bit more. See
Bypass
if these
complete.
run out.
You may proceed.
Okay, good. That all? I don't need all that energy. Good. Okay, it's all done. Better hurry up. Kinda lost a little bit of time. Alright. Now, the Silent Similar also is very good on locking down a point because you don't really need to aim. You basically just have to set it up where it was. So I put one right here. It's gonna probably hold up to about here. Now, what I love about this meerkat is that Garza here is if I shoot right now, red grit, and down. Paying attention to my own stuff, my own health, and not using abilities because I'm talking. It sucks. I hope someone actually comes get me. Please come. It's too busy casting abilities. Go. Of course, he was gonna be the one tech. See, this Redeemer's doing red crit damage. I'm not even trying here. Boom, dead. That's because of the cat's eye ability, and like I said before, it's how it's added on. Now.
Come on.
Get this going. Kind of using the slide version. Oh, they must remove that in the patch. Last time I checked is that when you use the slide ability, the sliding blind version of this, it still costs energy. Maybe that's no longer the issue. Oh, it just uses like a small amount. It might be the same. I haven't. This more. Really. I probably might want to get the what is it, the Heliocore? Yeah, I'll probably get that when I get my version. As I am good with them, so it would be really nice to get those. Now I'm just gonna need to hold this point down as everyone else is. Like I said, there are a couple other things I want. I do on raid. I am a big collector. Just get some health back.
We have lost control of the tower.
God. Yo, good. At this point, so I left down from using his SG. Let's just clear it out so we can actually start capping again. Dude, one missing.
You must recapture it.
Shots, he's down. Okay, there we go. Boom. Dead. Done like dinner. We can just cut this point and move on to the next. Which I'm probably going to move on since there's no cap on it. Yeah, it's gonna need some work. Oh, no. Now I can't use, now one of these enemies here, which but he removed the ability to use set abilities. Yeah, I really don't like that. Spam a couple there. do that at the moment. I don't. There he is, the combo here. He's a pain because he removes a random ability, and if that's the one you rely on, it can really get. It can really. And I'm trying to explain. Those are allies. That's really kind of when you have ally version of you're fighting because you don't know why you're not hitting them anymore. But if you can if you do like pay attention for a bit, you'll quickly realize that. Okay. I was praying this wasn't a Bursa coming around because those are a pain to kill. But it's not the case. Alright, so we got here energy channel. Nah, I'm not wanting the channel. I think I accidentally had it on blind with like I have it set up, but oh well. Either that or you can't channel. And back in the day, this thing used to go fast. Like, it did so much damage. It still does as it's weird now, but it's not as much as it did back in its day, like I said. So it gives me more energy back, regenerates my energy a lot quicker. And then that makes getting it through consumption a lot less easier, not less of a chore. Hunting it down, I can actually just focus on the mission itself, which isn't that bad in and of itself. I have weapons, and my role is basically revolved around keeping me going in this mode.
Another message incoming. Capture and decode
But
the signal.
the less of the problem, the better. I'm just gonna pop another one of these down. 2 of them, just to get it done quick.
This tower is ours now.
Okay, and there. Let's go. We want or enemy spawn. It's good to stay next to the doors that they should spawn in, because then that blocks off the game just doesn't want you to spawn in there. Done. The weapon itself does a significant amount of damage on its own, but when it red crits, you're basically gonna guarantee a kill, no matter what situation you're in. Alright.
You have captured a radio tower.
It's captured. Okay. That's locked down here. What's my... Oh yeah, that one. Like I said, I haven't used this in a while, but I still remember like how it used to be and all the fun it was. Oh. Look at this one. Hopefully my teammates... No, it doesn't look like it. They're gonna be too busy fighting themselves. Oh! Ash, thank you! I thought you were killing. You're here. But my teammates just get care for him. 420. Good going, experiments. Good go.
Enemy have taken a tower. You must recapture it.
No. Do not. Not allowed to do that. Take a shot before. There we go. Okay, backs up to speed. Nope. Down you go. Dead. No. You either. You're not supposed to do that. Now, I'm not sure. I've been hearing that the Redeemer, when it shoots, it also does blast damage. I'm not entirely sure. I know it does. The bullets itself do impact damage, but I don't know. There it is. Now, if I can just get a clear shot in the back. Yeah, there it was. One-shotted. fact does actually gives itself an innate crit boost to whoever's hitting it. So you can easily take it down if you hit it in the right spot.
The enemy
It's
has
down,
taken a
you can
tower.
hack it,
You
and it
must
becomes an ally
recapture it.
for a moment of time until either there's no way around and it just dies, or you intentionally just let it go down. Down, everyone. Red crits mode. Now, if you do get a red crits mode, if you do get crits on the blast, it will increase your fire rate. It's giving you Rock Berserker. But in normal instances, you're not gonna get the speed boost unless you're. Once again, actually, the problem with the stance here is that most of the combos do have a shot at the end of it. It doesn't help when you're trying to get up the circle.
You have lost control of a tower.
See that it does a shot between every combo, no matter what I do. I can do this combo here. I can't remember all the names. Let's say it's small. And the ability, stop everything. Don't like how it does make you do it. I know it does a significant amount of damage, but it kind of very slow with that. Lines again, you're not getting this point. Why are you even trying? You already have the point. Now let's see. That was a bit overdone. Very flashy. Good job. Now I could take a couple scans of these Eximuses, but it's kind of a bit too intense right now. So I kind of want to focus on the mission itself. Speaking of focusing, I should try to get my health up. Now let's see. Seems that these should have the blinding. There's shoot. There, shots here. Red crits again, which the first time I ever saw this, I naturally freaked out because I know what it can do when it gets crits. And it does significant damage with crits. And just imagine doing it on a regular basis. Double the damage that it should do. As soon as it did, I was in love with this cat. Amazing. Now the level 4 seems to be doing really well on its own. He probably just doesn't has like a set of weapons he has and just another bother. Though his loadout just probably shows that he's just relying on his 4 ability, which I kind of don't need to. It did get a nerf in its most recent rework, but it's still a decent ability nonetheless. It's just not something you want to rely on and just sit in all day. See what? Which enemies or something? He's probably seeing something on his blind side. I don't know what he's referring to. Some enemies don't find this. Oh, he's referring to the Eximus. Yeah, he's definitely showing his knowledge right there. The Eximuses in and of itself just don't disappear. If I find some free time, I'll explain it to him. I'll just say they're you're actually they're teammates. Fine. Just gets him safe. Everyone, it's pretty common consensus that nullifiers are the worst enemy. Because they just nullify all abilities and can influence just a bad day. Oh, and Eximus. That's just I can do that. Else,
Tower lost.
No, cat. Blind. Yeah, just keep them. Oh, no, don't let me get that. Don't let me get that. Oh, thank God, I got it. Probably gonna go down myself. Blind. Good. Now it's me. red crit damage on a Redeemer is something that shouldn't be a thing. I'm just very happy it is a thing. Because it's massive amounts of damage. And I mean, the numbers are ridiculous as you can see. It's just insane. It's done. It's my point. I'm do this, so do it. Oh, yep, that's an all-fire. See, it just ruins my little point. I was gonna wait for them just to tell me on the next day. But, no fire just said no. We all really hate fires. No fires are just... Oh, there you go, down, up. So it was actually some actual enemies out. It's probably just client side. I think that's good. It ain't too terribly bad. You have some just like random enemies just there, just chilling. Well, you don't have to. Nor could you. Oh. Just get a couple enemies to shoot here. Go. I kind of really wish I could reach those enemies. Okay, fine again. Red crits as soon as he pulls the trigger, which is amazing. I can't get over it. Red crits on our Redeemer shouldn't be a thing, but it just regular crits are just something to behold in it of itself. It's just babies eating it too. No. Down. Anything there. Again, every time I do a shot, it's like, oh, you're gonna shoot again? Oh, good. Let me just make it even worse for the enemy. Okay. There's two combos in there. I can't see where they are. There's too much splash in there. But no, I wasn't doing anything. He's gonna die immediately. It's like he's gonna go down. Yeah, called it. Now, if I can just get with them off. Okay. Alright, come on. There we go. Trying to keep that stupid knowledge and keep team back up. Stealth damage actually doesn't trigger the Berserker effect, but these kind of do because it's considered you having the crit chance to actually pull it off. Just in case when you get it. I do enjoy like how it messes with the statistics and makes everything red crit viable. I can bring any weapon with the Adarza and it's going to do red crit damage. I love it. I can't say it enough. Again, this meta does make everything guarantee a red crit, but it's not consistent. You're gonna get on a regular basis time. But when you do, it's amazing. When you look at this. Damage, down, line, shot.
We have lost control of a tower.
That's good. Now, I'm almost done with this mission, this one yet. I'm probably gonna do the next one with the team, and the final one being a spy mission, I'm gonna solo because the lower people trying to go into one area stealthy, an absolute nightmare to actually pull off. I'm gonna probably solo that one and do a team on the rest. Do the second one in its modifier, but it's probably gonna be something else. But I probably don't have to change the build up. I'm probably just gonna change the frame here to make sure I'm more survivable. Now, stealth affinity. Now I could bring another weapon here, I could probably bring up my secondary if I bring a tank class. I do just got my dual assist. I want to play around with,
Good work today. Not only have we decoded
but I
the
don't have it
enemy
ranked up, and I
transmissions,
could do it
we have
here.
also
I could
disrupted
do
their
it here, probably
communications.
grind up or somewhere else, but I don't want to be putting that into footage. So I'm just gonna go straight through. Okay, GTT everyone here, but I'm just gonna leave. Now I got a couple frames here, something to play with. I even have a second set of mag parts. I'm trying to sell it, but oh well. Probably I'm not gonna sell it immediately. I'm gonna wait for it to like gain up in price and gain up in rarity, so get a better offer. Because like everyone wants, they want platinum. Now this is my pride and joy. I know what Prime is about my most favorite frame. I like it. I love it a lot. But I said I was gonna take a tank just so I can take my I'm gonna take my dual toxis, which are just got them this morning. I just finished building them right here. Look nice. Now, let's remember these came out with the Naros, if I remember correctly, along with the Rock Cyrnos. Alright, let me fix that up here. I'm going to use my Nova's Palace set to see if that makes it look decent. I hope it does. I can add a couple more red in here somewhere. Let me see what this affects. Yeah, of course, this affects most of it. Alright, I know what I can do with this. I know what I can do. Go. Make the primary here. Yeah, that's. I'm gonna get the white. Let's see. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. Alright. Let me see what mods I can fit on it. Ooh, yes. Do I have? No, I don't. Buy it. Put it on. You know, I should have really checked if I had one in my. No, I didn't. No, well. I swore I did had one. I swore I had an Orcan Catalyst from before. I just had it. Oh well. Okay, just put these mandatory mods in. I'm gonna play around with it, but for now I don't need that. Let me see what I can put in that slot. I could. Now I'm gonna put passage in rounds because we're dealing with these types of enemies with fleshier units and not shielded. So that should do a lot better. I do like how multi-shot doesn't increase your status chance. Having a 100% status chance actually does really good in endgame content. Unfortunately, I can't do anything crit based, so that kind of removes a lot of like two of my prime mods. But I'm gonna see how this works out. I know I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be bringing this along with me as I grind them. Okay. I probably just hit the default skin color somewhere along earlier and just didn't notice. Either that or just glitching out. Bug frame, you know. Alright. Back to its good old looking self. I'm gonna add a little bit more white with the secondary here. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna look a little bit more better. Pop out a little bit. Pop out a little bit more. That looks nice. What I'm really interested to see is how it works out mechanically with because the special trait on this weapon in itself is that if you, I'll show it a little bit later, but if you get a headshot, you'll increase the it will pop out its... Now, these the barrels of itself will open up, revealing its true infested form. But and what ends up happening is it just gets one increases its fire rate significantly, which I'll probably start modding for fire rate in the future, depending on how it works. And two, I believe it also gives it a toxin damage. I don't remember entirely. But the biggest part and the biggest turn onto it is it doesn't consume any ammunition for the duration of its effect, which is something I really do want to see how it works out. Now, unfortunately, it is unranked, and I'm level 12, so I can't put on the interesting mods. I'm probably gonna just need to put one forma just to complete everything, depending on how it's gonna turn out.
You have loyalty issues, Tenno.
Now,
My Zanuka
I'm
project
kind of glad it's a
will fix
radiation
that for you.
and not a stationary mission, because when you have a stationary mission like Interception like before, it really makes it a problem dealing with the radiation all over the place, and everyone's doing radiation. Everyone's like raiding each other and hurting each other. But being something where you're just gonna run through everything, you won't get shot as much, and you won't hurt your teammates as much as well. Okay, when light starts flickering, tell your team their safety numbers. True, especially when it's a stalker, you can get really good mods off of them, and if you're not ready for them, you're dead. You're good as dead. Now, let's see. I could probably do the solo, especially with a tank, but yeah, I could probably solo. Let's see, attack here. I have to be safe inside this thing. It's gonna, all the damage is gonna be directed towards this, not me. And
Walkers incoming.
now that's a problem. That's the first problem. I'm gonna get radiated a lot.
That's the reactor.
Okay,
Expose
let me
its
just
core
try to
and
hide somewhere
destroy
so I
it.
can actually use war ability here, which increases
The
my armor
sabotage is complete.
and costs
Now,
my health, so I
exterminate
don't want
the
to get
enemy's
shot
forces.
during this time. Okay, come on. Alright, I should still have my Ferris on me. Nope. I took it off for the toxic system. Alright, I have my abilities to gain my health as well. There we go. 2, drain all his, and I'm invulnerable during this period of time. So that thing right there, which is normally a death sentence, if you walk into it, as long as now we're protecting me from most of that. Let's see how this works out. And I can see I'm on like a very high ping. It's probably someone else on this server. I have pretty much a decent internet connection, but this is gonna make it a pain. You know, especially just having stuff on every door, because it just doesn't open soon enough. And they actually did give a buff to this type of modifier, which makes it actually something more fearing and be more terrifying just overall. See, this guy just died from radiation damage. He doesn't realize why. Radiation is actually very much a threat in this mission, this game mode. Going. Oh, okay. It doesn't turn into an automatic. It just makes it. Oh, wonderful. Oh, there. Oh, okay, okay. What happened there? I don't know. I went into an elevator and turned up there. But I'm just gonna keep going on with this fighter. can actually know which way I'm going. Alright, go. Now, the spy mission, like I said, is going to be a piece of cake. It ain't going to be something I have to worry about or just dread. Me neither, pal.
Doors are locked. Time to break in.
Okay, boom.
Override successful. Let's
There
get
you
going.
go. Now, I could probably go for a crit build with the Elgarza, and it probably just brings it into the right crit territory, which would be an interesting effect to see. But I kind of don't want to like play around with builds that rely too finicky on my cat trying to stay alive. Because if I do, it's not going to work out well. Because your pets tend to die because they don't follow you all the time, at all, whatsoever. Now, I thought it would turn into a semi-auto
Another job well
when you get the headshot, but it could probably still work out. And it wasn't too terribly bad. I really didn't get much use out of it, unfortunately, but I think it can work out. Now, like again, the spy is going to be a piece of cake. I can just run right through it with a Loki. I can stay invisible about most of the time. Now let me just switch to my dedicated stealth build. Now, I saw the modifier before. It's a sniper only, so I can only bring a sniper type weapon, which I have two. The Volcar Wraith from the Rathum event? I believe no. I can't remember when I got the Volcar Wraith, but being a Wraith collector, I want to have it all, including the Latron Wraith. Alright, so since it's a sniper only, I'm not allowed to take any other weapon. Now, the build on this is kind of fairly simple. I don't have the deadly... I don't remember what it's called, like the deadly... like Deadeye, something like that. I can't remember the name of the syndicate mod that goes along with the Volcar. Let me look at it. I believe it's a new Loka, which I'm not good with. Offerings, mods. Here's Last Impurity. Oh! I guess I'm wrong. I do own a Last Impurity. Which I don't... Oh, now I remember why I don't fit it on my build. It's just, I don't know how to fit it. I just don't know how to fit it. I'm gonna send it to solo so I don't end up going into a team. Doing a spy mission with a team is... They have to be friends of yours if you're gonna be organized. Now, let me go on. And my Last Impurity. I could probably switch out Argon Scope for it or Bladed Rounds. If anything, I would go with Bladed Rounds. Anyways, drop it right there. Now, I can't remember what Dead Aim does. If I remember correctly, Dead Aim is... It does more damage when you're scoped in. It's more complicated than that, but I think that's the gist of it. Now, doing this removed my ability... Oh. I just realized that was my Grenier build. Now, Corrosive is really good against armored units, but since we have no armored units in the first place, it ain't something to bother with. Point of Strike. Now, I got Archon Scope fairly recently, not with the event. I was doing a trade and it just happened to be what his offer for it. I might sell it, I might not, depending if I fall in love with it or not. But if I don't, I'll probably sell it for like a pretty penny, you know. It's not something you pass up on. Now, a voltage and malignant force. Now, if you don't have an Archon Scope, what I recommend is you use a Thermite. Use your heat mod to do extra damage against fleshy units again. You won't be dealing with much robots, especially with the Grenier. Oh. I built it for Now I built it for again for corrosive magnetic, and it does an innate puncture damage, so you'd be good against Corpus just innately, so you're good with that. Last Impurity gives you purity, which if you get enough experience, you'll do a corrosive proc, giving you a little bit of health and a health bonus. So it's good to keep that. That's good to keep around to keep you alive, especially with a sniper. Now I would use the Lanka on any other instance because I like that a little bit better, but for this in case, I'm just going to be using this one. Make sure you don't take a companion. Companions on spy missions are actually quite detrimental. I mean, if you don't have a stealth pet, I recommend getting a. If you don't have a stealth frame, I'd recommend you getting a Hurras breed. Let me see where I have my Hurras. Here. Now, Hurras gives you a stealth. Has its ability to make you go stealth as if you're around an enemy. A couple misconceptions around that is it's dependent on the pet itself. If the pet's near an enemy, but that's not the case. It is whether you yourself are near an enemy, it will hide you. Now, I do recommend if you're going to go with him, do not hit enemies or else it's going to assume that you don't want to be stealthed. And you will lose the stealth as soon as you hit an enemy. As well, if you're not near an enemy, it will uncast it for some odd reason. And I recommend once that happens, just slowing down until you reach another set of enemies and you don't run in. Because by that time, it will probably have it. It'll probably have it up, but again. But I kind of like my cat right now. It looks nice and stuff. Especially with its type of tails. And I'm going to be using it for more often than I'm not. So I'm not going to bother. Well, this one, fairly easy. Now, I've practiced the spy missions, and I believe the Corpus, no matter what, is going to keep the same types. It has a couple of them, but they're not all too terrible, and I'll just walk you through, and I'm just going to walk you through how you can easily get past them all. Alright, let's go in. Now my build is, I'll show my build after because I didn't show it earlier, but it's a build revolving around keeping myself in stealth almost 100% of the time.
Keep going.
More or less, it's gonna be where by the time the duration finishes, I'll have enough energy to recast it once again. So as you see there, I have enough energy to cast it again, and with my my focus scroll makes this even.
Tenno, be on the lookout for increased security measures.
I'm just gonna take him out real quick. Let's see. Boom. Gone. Boom. Dead. Heard anything? Oh, I also have the mod that as long as I'm invisible, all my weapons are silenced. So I don't have to worry about alerting the enemy either if I do try to go offensive with it. And just get easy stealth kills, which makes it easy to level up. That's bad. Oh, I gotta find a human enemy to hit its head. Boom, armor scope. There we go. Now it can't hear any shots I make. I mean, if it sees its teammate go down, it's gonna get startled. Can't see anything. Go. I don't know where that went. The reload time on this is absolutely killer, and I don't mean that in a good way. It will, if you're not ready for it.
The target console is nearby.
You can slow it down.
Trigger the alarms
If you
now,
want to increase the
the
combo
enemy
counter
will
if
start
that
destroying data.
is important to you. but that's not something you want to. It's not something you want to focus on this in particular. Now there should be an enemy either wandering in here or wandering the perimeter. Let me see which is the case. I'm sure it is just the perimeter because you don't see it in. Oh, okay, it's in there, so that's not much of an issue. It is an Eximus, and it's going to be an Eximus, and it's going to be around this. No, this is not an Eximus. Normally, I do find an Eximus in here, just guarding it, but either way, it's not. They do even bonus damage. Boom, headshot. Wasn't killed. Oh god, the reload. Now it won't alert because it doesn't see anything. It doesn't know what's going on. Now that Osprey can't physically alert the alarms, but it is good to take out. Now get a health boost here again, I believe. Yep, there's the health boost. There's all the cameras. I'm good. And I'm out. A good tip to get around here, since everything's clear, is number one, do take out the camera. That's gonna be. You can take out the camera if you like push yourself over to the corner. It's gonna be in the middle. I believe it was like roughly around here. So it's not too terrible shot to take. It is kind of harder with over here because it's like barely visible. If you do switch your oh, you can see the mounts right here, mount right there, and if you press change angle here, it actually does make it an easier shot to make. And see, like with this, you can only barely see it right there, but change the angle, it's an easy shot. So if you naturally prefer that, you take that side. If you don't, feel free to take the other. Alright, let me activate my. Let's see here. This is my energy gain incredibly, just making it so I can stay invisible forever more often. And if I run into a nully or somehow lose all my energy for some reason, I'll get it back as soon as I lose it. Alright, no enemies here. No, normally you would always find a whole bunch of enemies here.
You're still in the clear. No detection from enemy sensors.
Now it's okay to set up the alarms outside of the actual. I wasn't keeping track of my timer. But it's okay to set up the alarms outside of the mission sectors itself. Like if I set the alarm here and not inside the actual spy part, it's okay.
You're nearing the console.
Alright.
Trigger the
Now there's
alarms
no
and they will
enemies
start
in here, but
destroying the data.
basically just obstacles. Now like I said, if you set the alarms outside, it won't trigger the process inside. But it's good not to. Okay, this one's is a simple just being careful. Now just hug this wall. Hug this wall because it will stop you from going through lasers kind of early if you go too quickly. So just aim for this little pillar here, and it won't stop you in your tracks if you feel yourself going too quickly. Now I could just use my ability just to skip through, but I'm just gonna show you how to do it without it. Wall jump on there, like I said.
Triggered the alarms.
That should normally stop you. Now, I'm just gonna hurry up and quick hack here. Now, an easy way to hack is simply just start from the outside and go work yourself in. Quickly figure out the pattern, how it won't shit when you do it out from the outside. Do you think an enemy did turn up at the door? No. There's no one around. Do it. No. Oh, there you go. I knew it was right. I did see a little damage tick on it. There we go. Boom. You be careful because now they're kind of aware that there's someone here. They will be on alert, but not. You'll definitely see a lot more enemies as you go through. They probably were there the whole time and just grouped up because of the alarm. Now, I can't. You could get a. You can get a hint of what you're gonna go into as soon as you
You're
walk
nearing
into
the
this room
console.
outside
Trigger the alarms now,
outside the
and they
spy
will
area.
start destroying the data.
Now let's see, finish that. Go put together, done. Alright, this one you have to run a little bit quickly. Now, your main thought would say, oh, I need to go into this room and deal with it, whatever's here. Which isn't the case. You actually want to make it towards there. Now, if you do it right now, do a quick roll, you find yourself in these little nuggets. The crevices do not actually have a. Will not trip the lasers if you stay here. Now, I can't show it here, no matter how much I show it, but there is a vent. Everyone, and there is a vent on that door over there. There is another way to go around this, and if I'm going to go into a better angle to show you the other way to get around. The vent right here will take you up and over into the room. Now, but if you do prefer hacking your way in, I'm going to show it right here. That room disables the lasers. So take a shot there, and then you can make your way inside. But I'm going to do the way I prefer it, which is a lot quicker and a lot more correct. Now, I know in a sortie there's going to be this laser here, this camera here. Take it out real quick, head in, watch out the lasers on the roof. Now if you're doing it pretty quickly, like in a fluid motion, you would end up finding yourself already, it's going to show up right there long before you get in. But if not, just wait a second and you'll get in real quick. Now do it again.
Excellent work. A
They're
clean
in,
extraction
out,
with no alarms.
before anyone knew it.
We have everything we came for. Get to
And it's
extraction.
out. Now we can see if I get anything. Now, I normally probably get like 25 to 50 regular gold cores, which is how I normally level up most of my mods. I also done a couple mathematics about how many. I've also used it so I can see judge how much it would take to rank up most of your mods. Or 10, of course, like of any variety, common, uncommon, rare, and of course legendary. Legendary being like about like 556, I believe. I don't remember the exact number. It was a long time ago.
Work, Tenno.
Yes. Stock. I have the blueprint on me. That's building towards my secondary goal. Primary being said legendary core. Oh, it's also a really good way to get credits. If you don't play a lot and you don't find yourself with a lot of credits, doing sorties will guarantee get you at least 100,000. And if you happen to get the credit boosters from the daily rewards, it's even better. See the mark here. That's pretty good. I do like the whole story about why they're giving random sales. And that armor set does look nice, but I probably want to get the Prisma version when it does come out. So, without further ado, that was the daily sortie for today. And it will reset around 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time, for what I understand. It might be different depending on where you live. But that's about it. It's going to change every day, and hopefully next time I can get a legendary core. See you around.